back to Autism in Perspective. I'm James Stephen. So, in this video, we're going to discuss where to begin. So, you have a child with autism, or an adult with autism, or someone that you want to form a stronger connection with. So the best place to begin is to find a space. Find somewhere in your house where that you can form and build a place with no distractions, with no other children, with no phones, with no noises, with nothing, something that you can control the space entirely. This may be hard to do. Hopefully you can find a space that you can do that. In that space, you'll remove everything that you think is non-essential. You'll bring in places to sit that are comfortable. You'll bring in different toys, different lights, different sounds, but only things that you can control. You might bring in a water table or a sand table. And then, what you're going to do is you're going to allow your child to come into the space. And this is not a time where you control it. This is a time where they control it. You're not going to go, come look at the sand. No. You're not going to go, come look at the water, come play with this, come play with that. You're not going to do anything. You're going to pick a spot in the room. You're going to sit down, you're going to watch. And that'll be tough. At first, you're going to figure out and take note of, what do they go to? Why did they go to it? Did they pick up a toy because of a color? Did they pick up a toy because of the shape, of the angle? You will notice like toys. Like maybe they'll only pick up blue toys and they'll line them in a row. Maybe they will go and play with water. Watch the way they play with water. Watch the way they interact with stuffies or noises. Watch the way that if a noise happens in the room, they cover their ears and it's unpleasant. Watch the way that they feel when they're doing things. You know your child. You know when they're happy. You know when they're frustrated. Note these things down. At any time they're frustrated, though, you will stop the noise, stop the sound, remove the object out of the way, help them. Otherwise, you don't interact with them at all. All you're doing is noting what drives them and what frustrates them. Let me give you an example. So I was working with a child back when I was much younger, and this child was nonverbal, autistic, and didn't like to be told no, and was a singer. That's all I knew about him. So, like I'm suggesting to you, I had a room, and I brought him into the room, and I sat, and I just watched. I watched what he interacted with, I watched what he seemed to like, I watched what frustrated him, and there were a few things in the room that frustrated him, so I would remove them, and I helped them, and then I just noted down what he liked, what things that were similar that he liked, to try and kind of form that, what he liked about it. What I did notice while he was doing is he would sing, and he sang the same song, and the song was the theme song to a TV show, and the only thing he changed while singing this song was the pitch of the song. So I watched, and I noted down that when he seemed to be frustrated, he sang the song in a certain way. When he seemed to be happy, he sang the song in a certain way. When he seemed to just be, pleasant, just having a good day, he sang the song in a certain way. And I noticed that although this child could not communicate, this is the only words he could sing, he could only sing this song, he could communicate through that song. He could tell me when he was frustrated. He could tell me when he was upset. He could tell me when he was sad. If I were able to enter into his world, unlock what drove him, and find the reasons that he was able to communicate. And that was just from watching, just from observing. Another example of this is I took a child in, and this child could talk. He had no problem talking. He just would get anxious when other people are around. He would get upset when certain things didn't go in a way that he liked. And he had trouble expressing what bothered him and what didn't bother him in the room. So we went into the room and I allowed him to do just like I'm suggesting to you. And every once in a while he'd get upset over a toy or a sound or music or a feeling, something, texture. He didn't like it. And this particular child would bring it to me because he knew that I would take it out of the room. And then what we ended up with is a room of things that he really enjoyed. But most importantly, we ended up with one thing he really enjoyed, one thing that he liked beyond anything else. And that was his driving tool, his reward, his focus. Not something that would make him so upset that if I took it away, that he would get really upset. But something that he liked playing with so much that he would accomplish a goal for. Something that he would be interested in. I will do this to get that. A first in that. So I noted that down and I learned this. So when it got time for us to go to the next steps, which I'll teach you later, where I wanted him to complete something for me, I was able to get him to do it because I had the key to him, to what drove him, to what it made him want to be and do more. Anyway, I hope this helps. I hope that you're able to create a room. If you have any questions about creating a room or any of the other things that I mentioned in this video, feel free to message me and I'll try to respond and help. Maybe I'll make another video to clarify, or I might contact you directly. As always, I'm James Stephen from Autism in Perspective, and come with me and let's unlock your child's world. Have a great day.